Hey guys, Hannah Mouse One here. Happy Halloween. In this video, as you can see, we'll be carving a pumpkin, as is Halloween tradition. So I start off by just stabbing my knife rather violently in a circle-ish pattern around the top to create an opening. If I did this again, I would definitely do this at more an angle because this one was too straight and had a tendency to fall straight through. My bad. But hey, I only do this once a year. It's not like I get a whole lot of practice. So I then just scrape off all the stringy excess gunk into a bowl. And then I cut out a thin wedge from the back. That just allows any air and smoke and all that inside with the candles in to escape. Then I have the enjoyable task of shoving my hand into it over and over again and removing all the string and seeds from the inside. This took me over an hour and it was disgusting, but hey, I can handle getting messy hands. Definitely should have worn short sleeves though. So yeah, I just reach in over and over again. I'm sure there's a better way to do this than just feeling it, but yeah. And then when that's done, I wipe away all the excess that's spilled over the edges onto the outside. All that. Just get rid of any of the strings and juice which I sent down the sides as I pulled my arm out or whatever. Now I start sketching out my design. I have a tendency to go way over the top when it comes to pumpkin designs, and this year was no exception. I decided to do a clown face because my thought process was, what scares me most? Well, dogs, bees and horses would make the best pumpkin design, so children's entertainers was the next best thing. So yeah, I give him a nice big round dome, and I bring down his jawline and go under the chin, add ears and hair, such, give him nice curly hair on the sides, and now I can get onto carving. I start with the areas that I want to go straight through into the pumpkin's inside, so the eyes and the mouth is where I start. I start by going very slowly because there's not a wide enough space for me to just ram my knife through in a lot of cases. So I have to just start working it away almost with the tip of the knife and just trying to push it and pull it and work it out almost. As you can see, I'm just feeling my way in and out of it and just going over and over again until I have a satisfactory hole. And then I do the same process on the other side. Honestly, it doesn't have to be super neat because I am going to carve away a lot around it. But the neater I can get it, the better a place I have to work with. So, yeah. I just start shifting it away and stuff. Scooping it out. In much the same way I did on the other side, obviously. And then I just poke my knife through the hole to clean things out. And then I use this rather dramatic stabbing motion to do the same procedure on the mouth. You're going to see some terribly dangerous knife techniques in this video, I'll warn you now. Don't wield a knife the way I am. I'm very lucky I didn't cut myself. So yeah, I just go over everything. I use a twisting motion that helps get things started in a lot of places. And then I just scoop things out and dig away at the hole in the mouth until it goes all the way through pumpkin flesh into the other side. Just over and over again, just using a combination of my finger and the knife as such. Now I can start going on to areas that aren't going to go all the way through, like around the eyes I start with, where I just cut away at it, and I'm completely out of frame. I just cut out away of it and just shimmy a piece off. This gives the skin a nice translucency, where you can tell it's definitely there, but it's not. But the candlelight can still pass through it. Really, I probably could have got away with going even deeper into it, but it definitely does what I need it to do, and it is definitely pretty spooky. So yeah, I just continue cutting away at it. going away. I start by doing all of the skin, working my way in small sections, just keep things more manageable. So I start by going over the cheek. I always carve around first the outline of the areas, so I can just shimmy my knife under it, and then I can just nice and easily slice away like the skin of the pumpkin as such. And I try and keep some of the forms of the face, like the cheekbones, a lot higher than where the eye bags are and stuff. And then there's like a ridge going onto the brow bone. And try and make that nice and exaggerated. I just go over everything like this. And now I'm going to go on to doing like the ears, which I just create a nice groove between them and the main body of the head. And then I do the same sort of thing with the neck. I just make sure it looks a bit lower than the rest of the body, and there is like a nice definition there. And now I cut away at the hair, which is noticeably higher than the rest of the skin because it rests on top. I don't know if I needed to explain that. And yeah, I just keep carving it out, try and get it look neat as possible. Then I just cut a bunch of grooves into it to make it look like it's actually hair. I don't do this with much logic. It's a pumpkin, it's going to decompose in like 2 weeks, less than, so it doesn't need to be perfect. But I just kind of cut away at everything. I do his eyebrows, nose and mouth in much the same way. I just remove the top layer, so it's still noticeably higher than the rest of the structure, but it's the same colour, the same yellowy colour. Now I cut away at the ruffs. I actually really enjoyed this part, creating lots of little grooves and divots and like just texture on the ruffles was really fun. Now I can get onto some very basic painting. I mix a large amount of PVA glue with a small amount of paint because 1, this helps it stick. 2, it gives it a nice translucent quality, and I still want the candlelight to be able to pass through it. If I used a really opaque red, then the candlelight wouldn't be able to pass through. I've never actually painted a pumpkin before, not on the fleshy part anyway. It runs really badly, which means that a lot of the details look smushed, especially around the eyes. But honestly, I kind of like it because around the eyes it just makes it look like he's been crying. And it adds a nice like juxtaposition to the laughing, happy expression he's got on. And it honestly looks really creepy. So, what was it Bob Ross said? There's no mistakes, just happy accidents. So yeah, I do these little like triangle detail things, but they don't really last. And then I use the rest of the paint because I made way too much of it to create blood splatter around the top. And this is the final product. I think it looks really cool and creepy. I think it is like terrifying and I'm really happy with it. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. Hope you enjoyed the video. Bye!